Hey y'all, back here again on Monday in my clinic. I am the only one here this morning as we don't have patients till about 9:30. Our other therapist spent the weekend in Louisville, Kentucky at a course, so I'm excited to hear what all he learned and to see about how his weekend went. I wanted to come back and do another educational moment this week, mostly to address things that were asked last week when I did my evaluation post live video. So the first thing I want to do is talk about why I'm doing this. So the reason I'm doing this is to educate the consumer. Unless you've had physical therapy before or are a physical therapist, sometimes you don't understand what exactly we do. Our field is changing, growing. We're not just for athletes and older adults anymore. We're for just the regular person who is experiencing pain. Lots of different things we can treat: headaches, even pelvic floor dysfunction. That's not my area of expertise, but there are therapists who do that, and people don't know. People just suffer and struggle through those problems on their own when there are people that can help them. So I want to let you know what we do so that you're more comfortable if you ever get to the point where you need therapy. Last week's live video was a huge success. I got over 300 and something views, lots of comments. The one thing I wanted to address that I have trouble explaining to my family as well is the need for the in-clinic time. So me being a physical therapist, I'm constantly at family gatherings, Thanksgiving, etc. And people are like, my this hurts, or my that hurts, or I'm doing this, and what do you think about this? And I don't mind advising, but the optimal thing in that situation is for that person, my close friend, or if it's a family member, to actually get therapy in the clinic with the full evaluation, the measurements, the questions, the building a picture thing. Believe it or not, my mom did go to therapy in Meridian. She had some shoulder stuff. I wasn't even sure if it was neck, shoulder, but the therapist there did the evaluation and really honed in on shoulder and posture and some desk things, and she's doing much better now. But that time with a therapist to watch you do the exercises, I can't just hand you a pamphlet and say, here, do these. There's a lot of cueing and things that can be done to recruit the muscles, and those are things we need to see you, and we need our equipment, and maybe just TheraBand or something. We seem to like that a lot. As PTs, we like our TheraBand. But another thing that I want to address is we can't just fix you. I get this, our medical model nowadays wants a quick fix. Everybody. You want to go to the doctor and you want the doctor to fix you. Well, if your doctor orders physical therapy, you may come in and we can do some things that make you feel a lot better very quickly. But our plan always includes changes for you to make at home, a home exercise program, usually a printed thing for you to take home and see, to work through on your own, because if there's something going on, it's probably not one simple thing. It's probably started with one thing and kind of snowballed from there. So we kind of got to go back down to baseline and get some of the smaller muscles stronger and work on things. I will tell you, I don't believe in things out of place and that we're putting things back in place. That's not really us as therapy. We like to mobilize the joints to get the neurofeedback through the brain to reduce the threat of these areas that seem to be painful and very spasming and just not very happy at the moment. So we like to address those, but I don't ever necessarily call it out of place. Maybe just not moving right. We like the biomechanical model. If things aren't working together well, things don't work well. So I mentioned the not just athletes thing. That's I meet people every day and they're like, "Oh, you're a physical therapist. I had physical therapy when I was, had a shoulder surgery, when I was playing this or doing that." And everybody, kind of has their story. Well, we're for everybody, y'all. We're for if you have low back pain from sitting at a desk all day, even if it's minor, even if you feel like it's no big deal. A lot of times it's better to address it early, rather than after you've had the pain or the discomfort or the difficulty lifting this or doing that. Or difficulty with certain positions. If you've had those for years and years, it's going to be a lot harder for us to tease apart the real problem and get down to the bottom of it and get it back to doing how it's supposed to do. Another thing that I want to share with you is how every therapist is different. I am different from even my mentors and people who taught me. Something I've learned over the last few years. In college, you're supposed to learn. You learn. Well, once you start work, it's easy. It's very easy, especially after that rigorous Doctor of Physical Therapy program, to just go to work every day and do your thing. But lately I have learned that that's not always the best. Things are changing, things are evolving very quickly in therapy, and there are a lot of people out there that are really good at certain things, and they get their patients better, faster, and I want to be part of that. So I am pursuing a specialty in orthopedics. I still like my vestibular and balance patients, which is not technically orthopedics, but everybody has joints and bones and muscles, and I want to address those with the newest, latest research and evidence to make my patients feel better faster. I also want my patients to call me their physical therapist. You've been to therapy, you got better, you have something completely different come up months down the road. I want you to call and schedule and make an appointment and come on back in like it's no big deal. Again, the faster we address things, the better off you're going to be in the long run. I do think that's all I have for today. Thank y'all for joining in. I had lots of live viewers today. Hopefully some views later too. And maybe Abby can get this up on our clinic page too. Hope y'all have a wonderful Monday. I'm going to go back to my coffee now and get some patients going here in a few minutes. Thanks. Bye.